on our first full day in Kyoto today, which is very exciting. We're in the is it Hagayashi district, which is like the Kyoto old town basically, and it's stunning. It's very similar to where we came to last night, but this is a new street that we've not been down.
Really beautiful.
Yeah, so we want to finish it off, don't we? So there is a temple called the Kiyomizu-dera that we're currently walking to. But I think most excitingly this morning, we've been doing a photo shoot. Look at this. Glorious kimono.
God,
So there'll be plenty of clips of that in this as well, I'm sure.
it's really hard to wear. It was like a proper experience, you know, dressing up, because it's harder than it looks. Because I'm a petite size. Of course, this kimono was really long and big, so I had to wear it in a way that it's gonna fit my height.
Your height, yeah?
Yeah, and also properly tighten this belt and make it like, well, show my back.
Oh god, difficult to do on this camera. Turn around. There we have it. Yeah, that's a lot better. Candid cam.
Which will look beautiful, but at the same time will hold your kimono.
Yeah, it's called an obi, right?
Yes, obi.
Obi. Obi-Wan?
Kenobi.
Kimono.
So yeah, it's a piece of art.
Piece of art. So we've got some amazing photos already, which is good.
Yeah.
We did charge the pocket Wi-Fi though, so we're flying by the seat of our pants a little bit in terms of we're going old school. We've got a map, and we're following the map.
You have some
So-
dessert places here?
We might get lost. Yeah, Dila wants some traditional Japanese dessert, don't you?
Yeah.
So what you fancying?
I really want to try this like mochi desserts. I know you don't like it, but
Well, the thing
I
is,
quite
I
like
like the mochi with the ice cream in.
ice cream.
And this mochi, yeah, but they don't do that. I don't think that's traditional. Usually it's filled with like bean paste, which is very exciting. I don't know, Japan, I love the food in Japan. It's the best in the world, but the desserts are not the best in the world. Desserts go to France or Germany. Or America, obviously. You know, America's the place. Although you will die probably at the age of 40 if you eat too many.
Sugar coma.
Yeah. So, yeah, so what's the plan for today?
So
The plan balls up from yesterday with the Fushimi Inari shrine.
yeah.
We're going to go and do that, aren't we? But you can't do that in the kimono.
No, I need
But you
to.
could, but you're not feeling brave enough.
Well, it's just really hard. you wear it and then we'll see.
Maybe I will. And then, what was the thing we want to do? I think we just got to kind of walk around a little bit more, take in more of the atmosphere, really.
I wanna explore the street, more the shops.
Yeah, oh yeah, the shopping street
Try out
with the Gongcha,
desserts.
Starbucks, yeah. Try out some desserts. Then tonight you want some fish, right?
Some seafood.
Should be good. And then tomorrow we've got our main Kyoto adventure, which I am
Frozen.
very much looking forward to. Yeah, morning from a quite sunny Kyoto. So I think this is the main shopping street in Kyoto's old town. It is called Ninenzaka Path. And it's mainly for tourists, I think, in terms of the stuff that's on sale. I mean, if you look here, it's very touristy, but with a Japanese spin on it. But it doesn't look like most of the shops are open yet. So we've got I think we've got an hour or two before we can enjoy this in full, which I'm sure we'll get it when we walk back down to the main part of the Kyoto city centre. So we're at the top part where I think you actually enter into the main temple part of the Kiyomizu-dera. We've established that we think it's a Buddhist site, don't we?
Yeah.
Because there isn't really much to give it away, because in Japan you've got Buddhism and Shintoism. And to the untrained eye, they look quite similar aesthetically, don't they? So it's difficult to know the difference unless you see a big fat Buddha sat somewhere, which we have not, have we?
No.
But we've read on a sign that there's Buddhist kind of spirituality here. So I suppose it's for Buddhism. But look, you can see such an amazing view. Just everywhere you are, it's just beauty, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. So I think we're going to go into the main part of the temple now, aren't we?
Yeah.
How much is it to get in, do you know? You get tickets over here, so I think it's about 500 yen. Dealer keeps on moving around me, which makes holding the camera very difficult. She wants to be in the shot.
I want to be in the shot.
Well, she's like making it tricky for me. Always fun with dealer food, right? She's a crazy one. Okay, so yeah, we'll get our ticket now and we'll probably show a little bit of what it looks like inside. So we got our tickets, did we deal food? Do you want to show them? Look at that, beautiful tickets. And we're just moving through the main gate now. So we're making our way through the various network of temples and buildings, and we've finally found the star of the show himself. Don't want to ruin anyone's sort of vibe. Mr. Buddha. There he is. So just a shot of dealer walking down the path. So there's actually a network of temples here in this area, and we'll walk into the other temple now just so that we can get a view of what it's going to look like. It should be really pretty because the one we've just been at, you've got a great view of the city, haven't you?
Yeah.
So the temple that we'll walk to now, you should get a view of where we've just been, and again a bit more of the city. So we've learnt the name of the other pagoda that we could see in the distance. Can you remember?
Kyoto something.
No to pagoda.
Yeah.
It's quite hard, the names, aren't they, in Japanese? I think some of the words aren't too difficult to pronounce, but some of the names are really challenging. But yeah, this is it now. As you can see here, it is absolutely stunning, even though it's a mini version, as dealers rightly said. But as you can see in the distance there, you've got a view of where we've just been. So we've just walked around that building and around that temple there. But it wasn't too far to walk, it was maybe about 5 minutes, if that. So we're just leaving the temple area now, and they have a lovely pond just before you go. And they've got catfish in here. But Dealer's also seen some koi carp as well, she thinks. But I'm struggling to pick them out.
Yeah, like under the bush.
Oh, under the bush. Yeah, just seeing, flashes of orange. Yeah, that one there is like a catfish with like some gold on it. Beautiful fish though. I mean, I'm amazed they can, so many big ones can live in such a small area relatively. There you can see the temple on the top. Beautiful. Sure. Yeah, popular. Should we go?
Yeah.
Bye. Bye.
Excuse me.
Hello.
And
So Dealer's a celebrity at the ponds.
Yes, so many people came to take pictures with me.
So first we had a Chinese family, didn't we, approach saying, I'll take your photo. I thought they meant of us two together. And he did take a photo of us two together, but really he wanted a photo of him and Dealer, I think. And then they were saying, your wife, very beautiful. And I was like, I know this, this is understood by me. But they were polite, weren't they?
Yeah,
I went to China, I don't know, maybe 12, 13 years ago, and it was a similar situation. I was there on a school trip, and one of my friends who was Chinese at the time said that you know, they like to take photos with people that live. But I think in your case it was probably because you were in the kimono and obviously you look very beautiful. And when I went to China, it was just because I was a white ginger guy that they've probably never seen before. But then, what just happened after?
We had school kids.
And school kids, weren't we? Very excited to meet us.
Yeah.
They said on their school trip that they had to, was it meet foreigners or meet people with the kimono?
Yeah. So they wanted to take. They had homework to take pictures with people from abroad and people who were yukata.
And there were junior high students from the Kanagawa. I wish I'd asked for them to take a picture on our phone as well, but it was just such a busy pathway, wasn't it, that it was difficult for us to get it.
But they're gonna have a picture of us.
Yeah, well, we can. Yeah, I've got probably a clip of them at some point because I was filming when they asked us. But yeah, only in Japan, I think. Really good fun.
So we're celebrities.
Yeah. So we were debating, weren't we, why my school kids want photos with us. But thinking back to when I went to China, I asked my Chinese friend who was on the trip, why do they want photos with me? And he said, look, you know, they've never seen a white person before. They've never actually met a foreigner. I don't think that's the case in this regard, but Japan is naturally quite closed off culturally as well. It's very homogenous in Japan. I think like 98% of people are Japanese ethnically. So to meet a foreign person, if you've come from a relatively isolated prefecture, then, you know, for them it is an experience to meet somebody. And also as well, Dila does look very authentic, so that was probably the unique selling point that got us asked for the picture. But yeah, it was cool, wasn't it? It was good fun.
Yes.
But yeah, as you can see, we're back on the shopping street now. And yeah, all the shops are kind of open in full flight, but Dila is very adamant she wants to go back and get changed, right?
Yeah.
Which I understand.
It's not really like comfortable to walk around in kimono all day. A couple of hours is fine, but not all day.
How did they do it then, Dila, back in the Tokugawa period?
Well, I'm sure they didn't have to walk like 20k steps a day.
No, they were carried around by their servants. We've seen this, haven't we, in Shogun?
Yeah.
We know how it went. Dealer's basically saying I'm a cruel man for making a walk. We got a taxi this morning. But anyway, on to the hotel to get changed. So we went back to the room, we rested, Dealer's got changed, new set of clothes. And we're now trying some sashimi. Are they both sashimi? Is it tuna? We've got tuna and we've got salmon. So we're back in the Nishiki fish market place in Kyoto, which is like the Suji fish market of Kyoto. And then we got the tempura yesterday. It was very good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we're going to try sashimi. Just to give you an appreciation for where we're sat. It's literally kind of in someone's kitchen, isn't it?
Yeah.
Seems to be the vibe in a lot of these places though. But I mean, the food is just, again, it's amazing, isn't it? The sushi, like the richness of the flavour, it's not nothing like sushi in the UK, is it? I've never had sushi in the UK that tastes like that in terms of like, it's like a fatty buttery taste, and it's really good, but it's not like greasy. So yeah, really good.
Because most of the time you can tell that tuna is not fresh, whereas like with salmon, like salmon is fresh for a bit longer, you know.
Dia was just saying that normally with tuna, she has the concern it's not fresh, and that's the problem she typically has with it. And I would agree with that as well, because I'm not a big tuna guy, but I am when it's here in Japan and it tastes like this. But the salmon sushi is the best salmon I've ever had in terms of sushi, and for it to come off basically a market is just, it's amazing to think about, isn't it? It's just absolutely crazy. So we've left the restaurant now, haven't we? Well, the kitchen, and we're walking down seeing more of the food delights. But I just want to sort of point out, I mean, look at the size of the oysters there. I mean, just ridiculously sized.
They are the size of my face.
That's a big oyster, size of your face. So I want a Big Daddy tempura, like a king prawn tempura, absolutely massive. And yeah, we'll see if we can track one down. I think we will be able to.
Okay. Dodo got his Big Daddy tempura prawn. Show me.
So in the UK, it'll probably be about this big or this big.
Me too, sure.
Definitely not this big.
Like this.
Yeah. This is a Big Daddy. Let's see if it tastes good. That is really good. Mmm. The meat.
Fancy. Is it better than place in Osaka?
Yeah. Do you know how much we paid for this deal cruise?
3 quid?
Oh,
Really nice.
yeah. Pretty good value for money to be fair. So it feels like a glorious summer's day today, doesn't it? The sun is well and truly shining. We've had our lunch, and now where are we going?
Now we're going to
Fushimi Inari, the shrine. So this is really iconic in Kyoto. You can't really go to Kyoto and not go to this area now that we're going to. It's famous for having like hundreds, thousands of the red archways, all in a sequence. And I think the walk's about an hour and a half there and back. I think it's about 2.5 kilometers, 3 kilometers. There is a bit of an elevation, I think maybe like 250 meters. It's not too bad. It's basically a hill that we're going on.
Yeah.
But there is the prospect of being attacked by a wild boar, apparently. So I'm a little bit nervous about that. But they only come out at night, so maybe we don't have to worry too much. Yeah, who wants to get Robert Baratheon at the Fushimi Inari shrine? So yeah, on to the train station for our second attempt. Because the first one we realised last night how much of a ball ache it was going to be, and then sacked it off, didn't we? So yeah, you feeling full of energy?
Yeah.
Let's do it. So we've just got the train from the main part of Kyoto, the city, to the Fushimi Inari shrine.
It's really hard to remember.
Yeah, it was like a 10-minute train ride, maybe 15 minutes. And then there's a bit of a walk up. So we're at I think we're at the sort of base camp element of the shrine here now. So you've got to push on if you want to get to the summit.
It looks like similar.
Yeah, it's similar to the one we went to, the Kiyomizu-dera this morning, very similar to that. But yeah, we'll make our way up to the top. This is a map just to give it some context, because it's really difficult to know where you're at, because everything kind of looks the same, doesn't it, a little bit?
Yeah.
It's difficult to really dig it out. So where are we?
Yeah, here.
We're here, and where are we going? It's like snakes and ladders. Oh, all the way to the top. Mount Inari. So I think we've seen the main shrine already, which is this, which I did grab a picture of. But yeah, it looks very similar to the one we've already seen, doesn't it? Yeah. You can get a little bit too templed out, I think, if you go to too many ones that are similar. But yeah, we're gonna make the climb. I feel like we're from Lord of the Rings now. The Fellowship of the Ring. Let's go. So we have done some fair few meters now up the trail path.
It's really insecty.
Yeah, you get attacked by insects. There's no wild boars, but there is mosquitoes potentially, so we've got to be a bit careful. But it's really busy down near the bottom, but as you go up, the numbers do seem to thin out a little bit.
Yeah.
So you can get some photos, which is the main thing, which we did. What's also interesting about these these arches, yeah, is the writing on them, is apparently you, as a business, you can advertise yourself on these arches, which we learned, didn't we, yesterday?
Yeah.
So you can pay,
Obviously.
what is it, like $3,000, something like this?
Yeah, it's $3,000.
And then you
yeah.
can literally have your business advertised on these posts. So do you think it's worth it? Would you pay $3,000 for this advertisement? And I think if it's a particularly big one, it can be as much as $8,000.
Yeah, it can be big daddy one.
So what's that? We knew it in dollars, I don't know what pound, maybe $2.5 grand or $6 grand, something like that. If we're doing it in English pounds.
Yeah.
So yeah, super interesting. See, I told you there's some wacky wildlife knocking around. Beware of the boars and the monkeys. So, we're quite a way into it now, aren't we? We've got to Camp 2, Station 2, as you see on here. So I don't know if that qualifies.
Oh my god.
Oh wow, that's a big oogie boogie, as Dealer would call it.
Oh god.
So you're thinking about calling it quits, aren't you?
Yes.
Is that a yes, is it? So you're 25 minutes away from the summit and you're calling it quits?
Yeah. I'm a quitter.
And why are you calling it quits?
Because we need to go to the desert place.
That's a really poor excuse.
I guess it's a valid excuse.
Look, the mountain beckons. The monkeys and the boars are calling.
Do you wanna go?
If you were keen to, I would have, but I'm not that bothered, to be honest.
Let's go to desert this.
Okay, let's do it.
Don't like
Back down the mountain we go. So we're going down the mountain now. 670 meters apparently, Dealer. So the thing is, we're just constantly being given bad information. At the bottom it said it was a 300-meter journey, height. But now, maybe in distance it's 670. It doesn't seem to make sense because we've just gone uphill, haven't we, the whole way?
Yes.
So it's quite tough going, and quite a lot of people are in kimonos. You could have done this in your kimono.
I could have if it was our first stop in the morning.
Well, we can wake up early tomorrow and we can get up to the top of the shrine if you want, in your kimono.
But we have other plans tomorrow.
Yeah, at 9, not at 5 in the morning.
Come on, darling.
Come on. But yeah, what's quite nice is there's a different trail up and a different trail down. So you get kind of two different experiences, which I appreciate, because normally on the way back, it's always, you're seeing the same old stuff again. It's a bit boring, isn't it?
Yeah.
To see new places and new things, I think is a good way to do it. Also makes the trails a little bit less congested.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're a decent way down now, and Dealer's finally admitted the reason for why we've turned round. That insect apparently was enough to put her off. She said she didn't want to encounter it anymore. What was it?
Oogie boogies.
Oogie boogies on the way up.
I don't like oogie boogies.
To be fair, it was a bit of a monster, but saying that she's bottled it, of course. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. Anyway, we'll enjoy the dessert.
Well,
We will.
there are lots of exciting shops there. I want to see.
So let's do shopping. So some more Japan thoughts as we're coming down the big hill.
Yeah, we were walking past this more residential area. It's like little homes. And we saw that, you can see the wealth in infrastructure of Japan, but you can't really see wealth in like housing.
Yeah, like the train stations, the amount of trains on the line, the quality of the trains, the bullet train, not just trains, but yeah, like the malls.
Malls, yeah. You can see lots of different
just
shops,
standard building, any sort of
luxury.
station, yeah. Like you can tell Japan, is and definitely was a really rich country. But what's interesting is the homes don't necessarily reflect. I don't think we've seen like a really nice house, for example, have we?
Like
One that
modern,
would like,
like,
modern, or one that would even really kind of blow you away. One that would honestly compete with a house, you know, even in the UK or even in America, the more nice houses that we have. We haven't really seen that. And even like the cars, for example, I think Japanese are more frugal with their money. There isn't that many, you know, really incredible cars. Like there's no Teslas or Range Rovers really.
We did see like one or two Porsche, you know.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of Porsches.
Yeah.
I've seen one Ferrari, but again, you know, you think in a major city, you walk around London, you walk around Dubai, you walk around New York, you know, you're going to see some real crazy cars on the road. But I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just an observation. It's just something interesting.
Which is in a way, because I noticed like these people, like they don't like to show off, you know.
No, they don't.
Even the, you know, clothing. Well, obviously, like if you know the difference, you know, you can say, oh, you know, she's or he's wearing like designer brand, but they don't wear this like big logo clothes, you know.
Yeah, it's very
it says,
modest.
Like Gucci or Louis Vuitton. It's just like regular outfit.
You don't see much jewelry, no big kind of diamond rings, no.
Yeah.
Everything's kind of understated, which again I think it says a lot about the people. You know, the individual here isn't as important as the collective, whereas it's just a completely different mentality. Very interesting. So another fascination with Kimono, I've realised since being here, is the Japanese taxi. I mean, this is an absolute work of art, isn't it? It looks like it's from the 80s. It still has the netting on the seats from the 80s, but it just looks so incredible, especially bathed in the neon of a Japanese evening. It has this kind of 80s aesthetic to it.
And to be honest, and people do like that from 80s because the fashion is like, it's really different from the rest.
It is.
It's really, I would say like people.
There's another one.
People dress like really old fashioned, but in a nice way.
But it curates such a vibe. I mean, I know the car's not the most aesthetic thing in the world. It's not the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah.
But seeing these kind of old-fashioned gents wearing gloves and a hat, driving these taxis with the equivalent of this on the seat.
Yeah.
The doors only open from one side, don't they? They ping open.
Yes.
And in the neon, it just takes you back. It almost just takes you back in time, doesn't it?
It feels like we traveled back in time.
Yeah, and it's just quite a beautiful feeling. But yeah, we're just about to go and get on the train, so we better scan through. So speaking of trains and our fascination of them, now we're in the train station. I think it's a good chance for us to talk about the train experience, which is very enjoyable. Although we are next to the gent, so maybe just step away. If you want to come this way. So how does it work, dealer? If you want to get the train in Japan, how does it work?
You know, like when you go, how do you call these things?
You go through the barrier.
Yeah, go through the barrier. So in the UK, normally you have this like barrier which closes all the time. But here it's like wide open, like it doesn't close.
But what happens if you haven't scanned?
So anyways, yesterday when we came to this place, we came, and as we arrived we changed our mind. So we were like, oof, you know, we're gonna go back. So we were like thinking, oh, we need to go other side of the platform. So we scanned through, and then we were like, went to the other platform, again scanned our card, and then when we were standing we realized that we should go back to the original platform. So we were like, oof, you know, are we gonna scan twice the card? So we're like, oh god, you know, we're just gonna go through the gate, you know, it's not gonna close. So I didn't scan. As I walked through, the doors were just like whoop.
And a noise basically like you had been caught trying to steal a train fare. You will be going to the gulag for 3 years. It's that kind of, you know, this horrible noise, and then the gates swing open. There's a big red line cross on the machine.
It was so embarrassing. So
Yeah,
I just
I think it's probably designed to embarrass. That is.
So I scanned my card again, so which means like I scanned my card twice on the same platform. But luckily we won't charge. I guess
Yeah,
it's
it's an intelligent system. But do you want to talk? We'll talk about the card itself. So you get a Suica card, don't you? Which is like an Oyster card in London.
Yeah, but you get it electronically.
You get an electronic card, so this is going to give you a preview of that's her card. So you just scan it as you go through. But you can use it for the bus, you can use it for the train. I think you can even use it for the bullet train. I think if you I think you can. But obviously, I'd recommend getting a ticket in advance for that.
Which is really easy. Like
it is really easy, really convenient, isn't it?
Just like add the money and then and you can like see how much money you're spending as well, because it tells you like immediately.
Yeah, it does. And most trips are usually about £1, aren't they? I'd say roughly on average, every trip is £1.
So here's for example how it looks like.
So you got 2,000. So we've spent around about so far in a week. We've spent on trains 13,000, I think. Is that fair to say? No, less. Maybe about 10,000 yen we've spent, which is about 50 quid. So it's about, I don't know, £7-8 a day. Not too bad, that, I don't think. Considering the amount of trains we've probably got on average 4 trains a day, maybe 3-4 trains a day, so yeah.
I mean, you could obviously walk, but I guess you end up spending lots of time on walking. It's not like in Paris, wherever you walk, which is like, you see like lots of buildings. Here it's like, beauty is like spread across the city.
Yeah, it's true. So they're great cities for walking, absolutely. And the other thing as well is the train staff are the most professional in the world. They take absolute pride in their profession. They take it really seriously, but in a nice way, in a good way of, I want to provide you a good service, which is nice to see because like even on these sorts of trains here, they are giving you they're giving hand signals and all sorts of stuff. They're always bowing to you as you walk past. They're very helpful. And again, it's just something nice to see. In the UK, you probably just get someone screaming at you. But yeah, here it's great. So we finally made it for dessert. And what do we have here? This is something Dealer's been wanting for a while.
Yeah,
So I'm going to put it up to the camera.
looks cool.
Does look cool. We're having our just desserts, aren't we? After such a arduous journey. The death march, as Dealer's called it, coming back. So let's see if it's any good. Is it tasty? It's rice balls, isn't it? With what on it? Oh.
Okay.
Looks like a syrup or something. Oops, what is it?
Okay, sweet maple syrup.
Oh, lovely. Okay, I'm gonna have my go now. So I gave it a go. It tastes like a bowl of rice with maple syrup on. But the texture is quite glutinous. Glutinous. Don't know if that's the right word, but it's very sticky in your mouth, like the texture of the rice ball.
Eventually you can't eat more than
No.
one bowl.
It's very indulgent. Now I feel like, my mouth has been sellotaped together. Stickiness. So do you think your dessert satiation has been met, or do you think you need more desserts?
I need more.
You need more.
Let's go. So now, do you get why you said that Japan is not the best place for the traditional dessert?
No, you go to France, Germany, or America for desserts. These are your dessert spots. But yeah, I really didn't like that. I think I've decided that I really didn't like that dessert. You can get gongcha, which is bubble tea, which is a staple for us. You can't go wrong with gongcha, and I think this is the most beautiful gongcha in the world. Look at this. Complete with a Japanese garden at the back. It's like this gongcha, you can literally sit in a Japanese garden. Look at this. How posh is that? So you just come out the door and you sit there on the bench.
Yes, thank you.
Are we sitting in the Japanese garden or inside? Probably inside, aren't we?
Yeah, I don't know if you're allowed.
I think you are. You might not be allowed to take drinks out, actually. It'd be a bit harsh if they don't let you there, wouldn't it? So the bubble teas have arrived. Dealer's doing the popping. You've done well with that first one. Go on, do mine. Because I normally spill all over myself. Go on. Oh, look at that. Properly done. Oh, I should have said those balls were... How much were they? Were they £1.50? 300 yen, was it? It was about £1.50, wasn't it? For those rice balls.
Yeah, yeah.
And how much is this one?
1,600.
Ah, so it's about eight quid then, 9 quid is similar to UK prices.
2 of them.
Yeah, 2 of them. But yeah, you can't beat that. A bit gotcha. £4 a go, yeah? Is it good? There we go. Happy dealer. Back to the familiar.
Yours is dark chocolate.
Oh, okay. I'm intrigued to give it a go then. So mine's dark chocolate, but it's still super tasty. Dealer's gone a bit rogue today and got an oolong tea, which we don't normally get, do we? But I think you've hit a bit of a winner there, because that is delightful. It's a bit of a fragrant kind of taste, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, happy days.
Happy days. Really nice.
The bubble tea's lasted bloody 6 minutes. And you know it was a good one because dealer nailed all of the bubbles as well. Normally she gives the bubbles to me to finish off, but this time she really craved it. So what's the plan for tonight then? Now we've had our dessert. Are you still hungry?
I wouldn't say I'm like starving. But
So what do you want to do?
we can walk and then go to find a little place.
Let's do it. So on Kyoto's nicest street, they have this Peter Rabbit store, which is an iconic UK brand, but it's also a family favourite in my family anyway. Yeah, I can tell you what, it's really beautiful merchandise, isn't it? Yeah, really lovely. Yeah, kawaii. Now they even have a Peter Rabbit garden. Now my nana would have gone absolutely crazy for this. Really cool. And there's the main man himself. Is there any special Peter Rabbit items on the menu? Can you have Peter Rabbit for dinner?
I would say it's more like coffee and tea.
They do sort of a themed cup, don't they?
Yeah, but you know me, I will drink coffee.
Yeah.
Maybe we can take a break here.
Maybe. But what a beautiful store. Just kind of keeps on going as well. So more thoughts on Japan, because I enjoy thinking a bit deeply about it. So most of the places we go into, they have like everyone's Japanese who works there. So even like the entry level skilled jobs. So people working in the supermarket, people working just in stores, general customer assistants, delivery drivers, waitresses. They're all Japanese, aren't they?
Yeah.
So, but
rarely see any foreigner.
But so I'd think, oh well, that would make things quite expensive. Typically, the wages should be quite high because of it. But the minimum wage is 1,000 yen an hour for most of the country. It's about £5. I mean, in the UK, it's £10. And obviously, we think of Japan as a rich country, and it is. But if you look at the GDP per capita, I think in the US it'd be about $70,000. The UK is about $45,000. Japan, $33,000. So it really just shows the difference. But as you just said a minute ago, the lifestyle here is actually quite cheap.
Yeah.
So the wages are low, but relatively low compared to other Western countries. But it's quite affordable to live here.
I mean, you can easily, as we mentioned in our previous videos, you can really get food for £2. I mean, you're gonna be full.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
And it's going to be good food, good quality food as well. So it's going to be good fresh food. It tastes good.
Yeah,
And
clothes are cheap as well. Like,
yeah, clothes are cheap.
There are lots of like Japanese like produced clothes, which are like, you know, could be like 7 quid for a good t-shirt, you know, or like I don't know, 10 quid for like good trousers.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
And the cars are incredible. Like, you see so many old cars that you think, oh, this car must be 40 years old, but it's being used as a taxi.
Yeah.
You never see that in the UK. Yeah, but the quality, obviously, it's just the quality of the engineering of their own products. It's amazing, really. But yeah, and even some of the hotel rooms you can find a hotel room in the centre of Tokyo, you know, with a private bathroom. It's going to be small, but for $30-40 a night. I mean, again, like, you'd never get that in London, in New York, San Francisco, wherever. You'd never get that.
Like London now is
it's crazy expensive.
you struggle to find you know, room for 100 quid a night now.
Yeah.
Really, because I would say like before like COVID, it was like relatively like always like affordable. You could stay in like Hyde Park 3-star hotel, you know,
That's
like
great.
for 50 quid a night, you know, 60, and it would be like decent hotel. Now the only place you can find is hostel or like shared bathroom or, you know, shared space.
So, but yeah, just some thoughts. But it means that a lot of the jobs are done by people who are older. I'm not too sure how sophisticated the welfare system is, but or you know, very young kids, you know, like 18, 19, 20. A lot of jobs can be taken by them, which is good because, you know, it means that everyone's got an opportunity, it seems.
Yeah, exactly. Like, to be fair, like, we've seen quite a lot of older people like working as well, you know, just like markets.
And when we say older, we mean like into the 70s is pretty obvious.
It's like they look like really full of energy.
Oh yeah, they do. But the sad thing is, I think that's probably an economic need, by the sounds of it, which isn't nice. But yeah, it is what it is, I suppose. But like you said, they live a nice life there in Japan.
Yeah.
Well, worse places to be, that's for sure. So, dealer Frues, tried to get some ramen. It was a bit of a failure, wasn't it?
Well, I found a probably really good place to eat. There was a queue, and apparently they're like fully booked. Which is not surprising because dealer always picks the nice place, and then it's always full. High demand.
High demand. But then the other ramen places looked a little bit naff, didn't they? The ones that we saw. Like, some of them looked like they had hygiene issues, so didn't fancy that tonight. So
I don't like, you know, getting food, you know, just for the sake of, you know, eating it. So I proposed, but the idea, let's go and get Makis.
very traditional on our Kyoto trip.
Well, we wanted to do McDonald's.
Yeah, we're doing Makis anyway. Well, we will do ramen probably back in Tokyo, won't we? So, you know, it's not an issue.
I'm really intrigued to try McDonald's, and I'm really craving now French fries.
Yeah, we're gonna get some quirky items hopefully.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get I think there's a samurai burger. I think I'll be going for that.
So we're gonna go to hotel, enjoy our
Piggy time.
piggy time. Yeah, watch some movie, be in bed, just, you know, basically relax.
Yeah, sounds fun. It's time for McDonald's. Dealer's already gone in. Oh, we have a screen. How exciting. Wait a minute. Let me go to the toilet first and then we'll resume, okay?
Okay.
So since I was in the bathroom, Dealer's gone a bit rogue on this. What's she done? Oh, she's accidentally ordered fries along with the Big Mac.
Okay.
So I want to see what options they've got. So burger-wise, we've got some Gohan chicken tatsute. That's interesting. Roasted soy sauce double thick beef. Big Mac, teriyaki burger, teriyaki chicken. I think I'm going to go for, I don't know what this is, but I'm going to go for it. Oh, you can select nuggets as a side menu. That's interesting. McFries, large. Coke Zero. What other drinks can you get? Get a Float Coke. That's interesting. The Coke Zero, large. Add to order. I just want to see what else they've got. What random sides? Go on, you scroll. Nah, nothing that crazy. What's after 5 p.m?
It's more like double.
Ah, that's cool. Double shrimp fillet.
Yeah, that's really crazy.
Where do we get sauce, do you think? Is that included? Desserts. Maple butter pancake pie. Oh gosh. God, I think we'll be coming back to McDonald's at some point. I think we're happy with this though. I just want my sauce. Side menu. Is this free? I'm just gonna add one just in case we get no sauce. Do you want to get? You don't like barbecue though, do you?
No.
Just
Mustard.
just add a mustard just in case we don't get sauce. Alright, okay. Job done. Let's order. So we're back from McDonald's. We've got our order.
Yes.
We're all settled in for the night now in our lovely room. Our padded tatami floors.
Yeah.
Really comfy. We're gonna eat at Mackey's and then watch a movie.
What's a movie?
So yeah, quite a chilled one from us tonight. End of the day. See you tomorrow.